English is hard even to those who are born into it. English, I'm telling you.
Hypo.
Omnipresent creator is rejected.
Huh?
Yeah.
They only believe there's only one God.
Mm-hmm.
God is the one true creator.
Mm-hmm.
God has always existed.
Mm-hmm.
None existed before him and will exist after.
They're trying to help make people achieve perfection.
Perfection.
But perfection doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. Welcome to Chilling with the Chaplain. It's your boy LJ with the one and only, my lovely wife, Lady C. The shit in the building. Yes, you know we're about that vibe each and every week. You know what I'm saying? You got us. So we want to jump right in with Welcome to Sunday Funday, where we're all about learning, being informative, and having fun. And so this week we're talking about two different religions.
Yes.
And so we want to talk about Islam and
Buddhism.
Yes. And so the goal is for us to be aware and just to understand the different people that we may come in contact.
We are not promoting none of these religions.
No.
We are just merely sharing information so that we know. It has helped us as well, because we are learning a lot about other people's religions and beliefs, and it just helps you understand people better. So we are not by any means promoting or evangelizing other religions. We are Christians and we will remain Christians. Don't try and recruit us.
Yes, because you got to realize we do, sometimes we work with people, we be in business with people, and they're from different parts of the world or different religion. Like our plug that edited our videos, he is Islam.
Yeah.
So
hi guys.
Hey
Frank.
Hey Frank. So because we work with him, it is great to learn and understand why he do what he do, as well as he could understand why we do what we do, and so we have like a mutual understanding. Yes.
Not necessarily, but it's just understanding people.
Understand, okay.
We're not looking for mutuality, we just understand. So let's get on to it.
Yes.
So we're going to go through a couple of things. Of course, we're not going to cover everything because there's so much into these religions. Just like all the other religions, we couldn't cover everything, but we're just scraping on the surface. All right. So Buddhism practices meditation. That's one thing I take from them.
Yes.
I love to meditate because I believe it calms the mind, the heart. Not the heart. It calms the mind, and it calms the mind
And your spirit.
and your spirit. Yeah, so that you're not all over the place. It has helped me tremendously since I started. So that's one thing that I love about it.
Yes.
Of course, I'm very careful on not to tap on things that I'm not supposed to tap on, because there are certain things that Buddhas go deep into, like activating the third eye. I'm staying away from those things. But other than that, meditation is a great thing, so don't do that.
Yes, meditation is a great thing.
Yeah.
And so Islam, now they believe there is only one God and Muhammad is his messenger. They also believe, and they are very disciplined with this, they believe in praying 5 times daily.
You can't even pray once.
Times.
And you call yourself a Christian.
Exactly. You could just
Once.
Yes.
Muslims pray
5 times.
Without fail.
Without fail. 5 times.
That's the one thing I really take from them.
That's one thing. Yeah, I agree. I like that because they do pray a lot. Because prayer is good.
Prayer answers all things.
Because you got, and another thing too, that's the only time you're able to communicate with God.
But the Muslims, when they pray, they have the mat.
They have the mat.
And they dunusa. Dunusa means they
kneel.
Yeah.
And the one thing about Islam and Muslim also, when they pray, doesn't matter where they at that time of prayer, they go in there.
Stop all things.
They stop all things.
That's how the important prayer
is to them. Yes.
Yeah.
They stop all things and they go into pray. As us as Christians, You know, a lot of times we allow ourselves to get distracted.
And things to get in the way.
But that's one that I do like. They do pray 5 times daily.
Yeah.
And another thing is they fast during Ramadan.
Yeah. Not just Ramadan, other festivals too, but I think Ramadan is like their biggest one. Yeah.
And they do. I know they do.
The pilgrimage as well, just like Shembe last week, they do a pilgrimage to Mecca.
Yeah, Mecca. Why are we gonna go to that?
I'm sorry.
You just skipped.
All right. So one of the places the place of origin for Buddha is Indian subcontinent. So you'll mainly find it in India, but of course it has spread worldwide, but it originated from India.
Yes, and the place of origin for Islam is Arabia.
Let's hear it.
Arabia Peninsula.
No, English is hard even to those who are born into it. English, I'm telling you.
Hi, Bo.
Okay.
What is it? Arabia Peninsula. Peninsula, and the pilgrims is Mecca, where they, at least once in a person's life, try to go to Mecca.
Yeah, that's like the sacred journey.
Yeah, sacred journey. Yeah.
All right, and then so we know most of the religions, they use statues and pictures. In the Buddha sense, they use a lot of statues, and the statues that they use from as meditation objects, and they also fear these statues because they resemble them as gods. So and they reflect on these. They say that these statues have the qualities of Buddha. So that's very interesting.
Yes. Now Islam uses statues a bit. Now, images of God or prophets is not permitted in Islam.
I like that.
I like that too. That's something else that I like about. They don't have any image of God or any prophets, and that's good because when you have a statue or an image, that's an idol. It's an idol. It becomes an idol, and we all know that an idol is not of God. And so to have a statue or an image, you know how it is when you see it in the church. You see a picture that looks like that they said look like Jesus. We don't understand the color, but some people have different images.
Even the cross. Some people have made the cross
another image. Yeah, made an idol, right? Because that's the statue.
They bow
that's
to
the
the cross. They carry the cross everywhere. They pray to the cross.
It's an idol.
It's an idol.
And so they don't believe in having statues.
I like that.
Or permitted. Yeah, I like that too. And no image is representative of God.
I like that.
And that is also good because God is a spirit. He's a spirit. Yes, he has legs, feet, arm, and everything. He looks like us. Not color-wise, but I'm talking about with arms, feet. Yeah, he walked.
Really?
He got a head. Yeah. He got a body.
Oh.
Yeah, God has a body. The scriptures say he has a body. Yeah.
Anyway, places of worship. Where do Buddhists worship? In the monastery. Yeah, temples, and they have shrines. Because remember, they have a lot of gods.
Yes, they have a lot.
Not one god, but gods.
Many gods. Yes.
Deities.
Minty. Yes.
No, not minty.
Many.
Oh, many. Dainties.
Yes. And so now I did, and when I was in college, I did study.
He couldn't help it. He cannot help it. I told him not to mention that. He can't help it.
I did study the monastery and Buddhism. So because you know what, when I was in college and when I was studying Buddhism and the monastery, that's something I did like about the Buddhism is the monastery, is to take some time, is to go to the monastery
and
to
your point
meditate. I liked it because you're able to meditate. Because what I learned when they at the monastery, they shun themselves from the world.
Yeah.
So you got no TV, you got nothing, you got no social media, you got anything, and so that's something I did like about is that meditation part and shutting yourself off from the world.
So where do Muslims worship?
Yes. Now, where does Muslim worship?
Mm-hmm.
They worship at the masjid. The mosque or the masjid. What are you looking at me for? But that's where they worship at the mosque or masjid.
All right. So the interesting part about Buddhist life after death.
Life after death. Let's hear it.
Oh, it's very interesting.
Let's hear it.
They believe in the rebirth of one. The rebirth is one of their central beliefs. Okay. So of course things don't
Reincarnation.
die. Yeah. So they believe that we are in an endless cycle of birth, death, and rebirth.
That we can turn into anything.
Yeah, endless cycle.
Endless cycle.
So we come back as something else. We maybe in my past life I was a cat, and I don't like cats. Now I'm human, and when I die, I'll come back as a mirror.
A mirror?
Just making an example, because they believe in the rebirth. Like I just.
But it can't be a mirror because there's no
life
soul.
in a mirror. Okay, maybe I'll come back as a lion.
No, a lion.
I don't like dogs. As a lion, and so which can only be broken.
Maybe you come back wealthy.
Well, I'm coming back as a human.
Yeah. Okay.
As a human.
Okay.
So the only way to break this coming back, because you will keep being rebirth, I think, until you learn a certain lesson.
Okay.
But they say the only way of breaking this rebirth is by attaining something called nirvana. Nirvana is the only way to escape suffering permanently. Because when you come back, of course, you're gonna suffer. And I googled nirvana, what it means, and nirvana basically means achieving nirvana is to make earthly feelings like suffering and desire disappear.
Okay.
So it's often used casually to mean any place of happiness. Like if you love chocolate, going to Hershey's Park in New York won't be good for you. Like myself.
Hershey Park is not in New York.
Okay, but there's a Hershey store. Okay, let me just say going to Hershey store.
Okay.
Oh my God, American. Okay, and so on the other hand, if you're a Buddhist monk, it may take you years of meditating to actually reach nirvana. So it's actually killing earthly desires.
Earthly desires,
Yeah.
yes.
That's
why they go to the monastery.
Yeah.
Yes, that's why they go to the
go
monastery.
kill
Earthly desires.
And so they believe that's why they call them saints and stuff like that. Once you get like a ranking.
A ranking.
The more years you spend, killing earthly desire or trying to reach nirvana.
Yes, and one thing about the monastery that I learned, that anybody can go to the monastery. Another thing too about the monastery that I like, if you go to the monastery, let's say if you're not Buddhism, you have to wait outside for them to open up the door, and it can take days for them to open up the door. So if you want to I could go to a monastery, but I'm gonna have to wait at the monastery.
I think that's still a way of teaching you some patience.
Some patience, yeah. Some way of teaching you, because you're gonna wait there, and it could be days before they open up the door. But you just gotta wait there until they open up.
You're welcome.
Yeah, till you're welcome.
All
yes.
Right.
And so life after death for Islam or Muslims, all beings created with reason will be accountable to God Almighty on the day of judgment. So basically
very
it's similar to
Christians.
Yeah. Very similar to what we believe in, that we, on the day of judgment, that every person that was alive, that was born, will be accountable to the Lord Almighty.
And maybe that's why Muslims really revere God and the law, because they always are in anticipation of judgment. In anticipation of judgment.
Yeah. So that could be, you're right, you got a point there.
So the beliefs in God here, the Buddhists, their idea of an omniscient, omnipotent, omnipresent creator is rejected.
Huh?
Yeah.
They reject it?
Yeah.
So they don't believe in basically
they don't believe in
the
God.
one true God.
No. They believe that the universe was created by a self-conscious personal God. Sorry, I didn't mean to laugh.
Wow.
Yeah. They don't believe in God at all.
At all.
They believe in little gods that they create as statues, as well, but they don't believe in one main God.
So I guess the people that their gods, I guess the person on the universe created the earth and different gods or whatever that they created.
They're saying that this is created by self-conscious. So
self-conscious.
Yeah.
Well, who's gonna create the self-conscious?
I don't know, but
so it's something had to.
Something must have happened. Must happen.
Yes.
In order to believe, I know what you're trying to say, but that's their belief.
Wow. Okay, that's okay. Well, we're not here to judge anybody.
Yeah.
You know, we're here to be aware and to learn what they believe. But that's interesting. That's something I just learned.
Yeah.
Now, Islam, Muslims believe a God is. They only believe there's only one God.
Mm-hmm.
God is the one true creator.
Mm-hmm.
God has always existed.
Mm-hmm.
None existed before him and will exist after him.
That sounds like
Christianity. That's the big difference from Buddhism and Islam, because they do believe that there's a God. They do believe there's one true creator. So they believe there's only one God.
Yeah.
One God. And
so you won't find Muslims, and this has helped me because sometimes we confuse the religions and we think Muslims believe in other gods. No, they believe in one God. The only difference is that they call their God Allah.
Allah,
you know, and their prophet, their main prophet is Muhammad.
Yes, and Allah mean
God.
No, what's the meaning?
Islam.
Oh. I'm sorry. Yeah, Allah means God. Yes.
Yeah, Allah means God. And
Islam means
believing in God, having faith in God, something like that.
Yes. Yeah. And so So but Islam, as we noticed, they similar to Christians.
Very similar.
Very similar.
They have a lot of similarity, and I never even noticed that.
Yes, a lot of similarities to Christians.
Yeah.
The only as we go on, you know, the one difference is they do believe that Jesus Christ is the prophet.
Yeah.
You know, that's one
so
thing.
Who's the founder of
Islam is Prophet Muhammad, which they call him the prophet or messenger.
And when was it founded?
Like Jesus, they believe that Jesus and Muhammad is similar. They both.
And when was it founded?
He was founded in.
Not he was.
Huh?
When was Islamic?
Islam founded in the 7th century. Yeah, and so what about
Buddha? 6th.
6th century. And who was the founder?
Buddha. Buddha. Yeah, but he's a man that was born as Prince Siddharta. I'm gonna slaughter his name, okay? Siddharta Gautama, something like that. Gautama. But he's known as the Buddha. It's that guy that we see who sits.
Yeah.
That's the Buddha. But he's actually he was alive at one point.
Yeah, he was alive.
Wasn't existing.
Well, a lot of them was alive. Like Muhammad was an astral person. He existed. Just like Jesus was an astral person. And so that's where, you know, that's what happened. Like you got Jesus that was the prophet. Jesus that was existed in human form. You got Muhammad was existed in human form.
Jesus was not a prophet.
Jesus was a prophet. And he was the son of God as well. But he was also a prophet.
Okay. All right. So we spoke about the founders. Another thing is the clergy. Now. So the clergies of Buddhists. Okay, this was interesting. This was a learning curve for me. There's something called the bhikkhus, which is male monks.
Okay, male monks.
And the bhikkhunis, which is the female nuns.
Okay, female nuns.
Yeah, there's nuns as females as well.
Oh.
They're not called monks. They are called nuns.
Nuns.
So they of course practice.
I didn't even know females were monks.
Yeah. They practice abstinence as well, and cutting from the lust of the world.
Yeah. Okay.
Just like the monks. They don't
get married.
They don't get married because, of course, how do you get married when you're abstaining? And also, they wear one particular type of clothing.
Yes.
So that they don't have to
buy clothes.
Because buying clothes becomes, you have to look the part, and you have to spending money and all that, and so they try to cut all that. They want to live as simple as possible.
Simple life, yes, simple as possible. And now they do have maybe one person who buys that particular clothing, who buys all the food and goes out and then comes back with everything that need to sustain them.
Probably.
Yeah.
But I think they also have gardens and stuff like that in the monasteries, so that they pull from the ground.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now the Islamic clergy is Elam, and Elam leads congregational prayers in the mosque.
Right.
Yes.
I think he's the one that you find going, Mama. I made the wrong sound because I always get the sounds wrong. But in the mosque where they do the sound.
Yeah.
I think that's the Elam.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
You editor?
Editor, please. Yes.
You can help us with that. Right? Put it in the comment section.
Yeah, put it in the comment section. Yes. That's the beautiful thing about having an editor that's Islamic, and whatever we don't know, he can definitely help us out with that.
And then the scriptures that they use by the Buddhists is something called the Tripitaka.
Okay.
I hope I'm saying it right. The Tripitaka.
Yes, and the scriptures for the Islamic is the Qur'an. Now I do know the Qur'an. I do know the Islamic also read the King James version as well. They do read the Bible. And the Quran is some of the scriptures in the Quran is from the Bible. Yeah, they just some of it, like the Proverbs and Psalms. Yeah, some of the scriptures in the Quran is from the Bible as well. But
very interesting how similar we are.
Yeah, but they do also read the King James.
Yeah.
But they see Jesus as the prophet.
Who's similar to Muhammad.
Yes, who's similar to Muhammad. Yes.
All right, and then lastly, the principle of this whole Buddhist religion is that life is suffering.
Life is suffering.
And the only way to escape from this suffering is to dispel one's cravings of earthly things and try to achieve nirvana.
Okay. Life is
about suffering. I don't want to live like that. I know life is suffering.
Life is suffering.
But I mean, just being reminded that life is about suffering, and you have to just achieve. They're trying to help make people achieve perfection. But perfection doesn't exist.
It don't exist. Yeah, it don't exist.
So I wonder how many people fail when they try their whole lives to achieve this nirvana.
A lot of people probably fail. A lot of people probably fail.
Because humans are meant
we
to.
Still human.
We still have
urges. Yes, we still have urges and human urges, and if you're a man, you have those.
But then the fasting comes in there because you can suppress the human over the spirit. The spirit wins.
And you know what too? When they're at the monastery, that's the reason why women don't stay at the monastery. Women don't go to the monastery. The monasteries don't even.
But that doesn't mean anything. Otherwise, we wouldn't have gays or trans.
That's true too. You're right, because they're finding a way because you still get urges. You still have urges. Yeah. You know, and because of urges, but and that's the thing, because sometimes being too much is also hurting.
The Lord catches you.
It's catching you because
you're always thinking.
You can't be perfect, and that's why the one good thing about Christianity
is grace.
It's grace that we don't have to worry about and focus on trying to keep the law
and getting things right.
Yeah,
it's not by works.
It's not by works.
I think that's the best part about Christianity. It's not what we do. It's just believing that God has died for our sins, and we attain to make Him happy.
Yes.
But then He also understands that we're not perfect.
We're not perfect, yes. So and we're going to make mistakes.
There's room for mistakes.
There's room for mistakes, and there's room for growth.
Yeah.
And like I said, even as Christians, too, you know, there's something that we can learn from other religions that they do better than us.
And I think with this session, you know, with these sessions, that's one thing that we learn more than anything.
Yes.
That there's so many great things about other religions.
Yes.
You know, there's a strength in every religion.
Yes.
Some a bit, but some, you know, like, oh, that's actually a good thing. Like in this case,
yes.
I love the meditation part of the Buddhists,
yes.
although I don't understand everything else they talk about. And in the Muslim,
yes,
the fact that they are very close to Christian ways of doing. And it's the discipline in both of these religions.
Yeah, the discipline.
That you can never be as disciplined as Muslims and the Buddhists.
And Buddhists, yeah, you can't.
They are so disciplined.
They are so disciplined.
When they put their mind in something, they get it done. We give excuses as Christians. So I think it's a lesson.
Yes, lesson learned. Yes, we get it.
I think you were going to mention.
And the last one is the principles for Islam. And they say, He is Allah, who is one.
So basically,
Allah,
it's going back to there's just one God.
The eternal refuge. Yeah, basically just going back. He's one God.
But it's just that they call Him Allah.
Allah.
Yeah.
He never begets, nor is born, nor is dear to Him.
When I hear that, I think of Jesus.
You think of, yeah, me too.
Because it's not we say it's the begotten Son.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, you know, this has been an eye-opening session for us, hopefully for you. If there's anything else that you want us to cover,
anything,
please feel free to let us know in the comment section. We will now go back to also vlogging and stuff like that, so we get you guys excited, because we know that some of you guys come here to experience the American side and see what America's about, and the Americans want to experience the South African side and hear about what happens in Africa. So we have not shied away from that part of Sunday Funday, but also we are teaching a podcast. So we want to teach and
education
and
or self-improvement power. Podcast.
Right. So we've come to the end of our podcast. And if you like what you heard, we urge you to please share the video with your friends, families, and enemies. I thought he was going to say it. And your enemies. Yes, share it with them as well. But also, we'd love to be friends with you on social media, especially Instagram. You can follow me personally at LadySeason1 on Instagram, and
you can follow me at Get Inspired by LJ on Instagram, YouTube, as well as Fanbase.
Yes, yes.
And if you want to follow me more and get and really connect with me, is on Next Opportunity Window Community.
There you go. Or you can follow both of us on all social media handles at Chilling with the Chaplains. But also, you can catch us on the audio platforms and even on radio. On which
you can catch us on Play FM. You already know we're on Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcasts. But we're on Stitcher. We on
you got the Stitcher right now.
We on Stitcher. Yes, we on my wife's favorite one. Tune in, Alexis. Go ahead, baby, say it.
Hey, Alexis. Play Chilling with the Chaplains.
Oh my God, that one. Okay.
I'm getting an Alexis just for that. I was shying away because, you know, Alexis, they're very nosy.
Yeah.
Yeah, they know everything. They record everything. So I'm not a greatest fan. But now, because we are on Alexis, I am getting it now. Hey. Hey. All right.
Yes. As well as so many others, you know, but I always like I always say, follow us, write a review, and leave us a rating. It does help us out to grow the channel and to reach more people and these different platforms. We thank you for your support. By supporting us, you will follow us. Just don't listen. You know, if you're listening to the podcast and haven't followed, haven't subscribed, please. If you say you love us, you say you support us, hit that subscribe button, hit that follow button, write a review or comment, and give us a 5-star rating. And that's how we know that your support is for real. Ooh, For real.
All right, now we've come to the end. So we want to love you and leave you and say to you.
Yes. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.
Take care. Bye-bye.